What's going on, Legionnaires, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be jumping into The Flash, issue number 769. And I have to tell you guys, I'm super excited for this one because there was a lot of awesome detail about Wally West and kind of what's about to happen with him in the future. Now, right now, Wally West, he was kind of pushed into the time stream, and he ended up landing in the body of Impulse. And now he's in the 30th century running side by side with Gold Beetle. And now these two gotta figure out how to uncover what's causing some kind of destructive explosions that keep propelling him through time and into the body of other speedsters. Now, this is written by Jeremy Adams. Pencils is by Jack Herbert. Darko Lafette, Brandon Peterson, inks are the same, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we jump into this issue, we see Flash, Oliver Queen, and Mr. Terrific all doing their best to try to get communications back up with Wally West, because right now he's been swept away by the Speed Force and thrown into another Speed Force conduit. And so right now they're just trying to get an audio signal. And if they can get that, they might be able to get some kind of visual. Now in the last issue, we saw Barry Allen losing his speed. He wasn't able to use the Speed Force. But all of a sudden, he has some kind of connection again. But he lets them know that it's kind of a weak connection, but he's going to use it to the best of his ability while it's still available to him. And this is where Mr. Terrific lets them know, if Wally has really been converted into pure Speed Force energy, what they're making right now should be able to catch that energy and transmit it back visually, kind of like a television. And this is where they get it operational, they get it up and working, and this is exactly when we pick up with Gold Beetle and Impulse. And Gold Beetle is running towards Impulse, tackling him as they fall off of a building. And this is where Wally West is really kinda coming to. They have a Dominator that looks like he's a freaking giant right now, and they are falling to their death. Now, Wally, being the conscience right now, is trying to figure out what's going on, and Gold Beetle's like, oh, hi, haha, real funny, Impulse, like, stop joking around. And as he starts to freak out, as they're falling and his powers aren't working, they drop right into Beats. Now, as they land inside, this is when Wally West starts to get communications back up with Barry Allen. He's getting his audio up. Now, Barry Allen, he's asking, like, who is that? Who is that with you? Because, this kind of resembles Blue Beetle, this kind of resembles some people we know, and Wally's like, I don't know who this is, but she did save my life. And this is where she goes to the back and kind of tinkers with something, and this is where she's able to hack into the audio, and she can now hear Barry Allen and Wally West talking. And at first she's like, who the heck is Wally? And then it finally registers. It clicks with her, and she's like, oh, like, holy tomatoes, like, you're Wally West. And then she's like, it's me, it's Gold Beetle, like the Queen of Quantum Realm, Wave Rider Warrior, Tiara of Time. And Wally's just like, yeah, right, the blue and gold time traveler, I guess. Like, I don't know who you are. And this is when Gold Beetle's like, this must be the first time that we've met. And so Gold Beetle has met a future version of Wally West. And she starts going on about some of the adventures that they've had. Now, Wally West, he's like, no, there's no way that we could have worked together on anything. Because when I get home, I'm retired, I'm done. And Blue Beetle, she laughs at this. She's like, ha, retired? Like, no, like, that's hilarious. Like, you have like at least 5 more crises to get through. And she tells them they've done a load of adventures together, like the Galactic Space Race. And this is where, Barry and them cut in, and they're just like, whoa, like, hey, stop telling him everything, all the rules, linear men, all that good stuff. And Gold Beetle's like, yeah, fine, I'll listen to your rules just to keep the linear men off of my back and off of my tail. So I don't know if we could say this is solidified evidence that Wally West is going to continue on as the Flash, but I'd say it's pretty damning evidence. And 5 more crises? Are we really going to see that, or are we going to see something else? What do you guys think? I know a lot of people aren't happy with crisis events. So after we get over all of this craziness that we just found out, they start breaking it down, and they've come to the conclusion that the Speed Force, it might be hurt, and it's using Wally West to try to fix it, to try to make it better. And this is where Gold Beetle brings up a projection of the moment Wally West was brought into the body of Impulse. And in that moment, we saw a giant blast come out of Impulse. A blast of Speed Force energy. Now, right now, it's looking for a conduit at their weakest point. Kind of like a leak in a fuel line, causing fuel pressure to drop. And so after he sealed the leak, Barry Allen started to feel his powers coming back, but there's another leak. And this has all caused this Dementor to turn into this giant beast of a creature. You know, it gave that dinosaur super speed, but it's affecting this Dementor in a much different fashion. Now, with that dinosaur, they weren't able to siphon off the energy, and it exploded, and it ended up knocking him into another timeline. And if they don't stop this individual now, we're gonna have the same issue. And so they need to figure a way to siphon off the energy from this Dementor before it explodes and takes out the entire northern hemisphere. Now, this is where Wally West tells Barry to put a device into the time capsule. Using this device, and they don't specify on exactly what the device is, but to put it in the time capsule at the Flash Museum. In doing this, he'll be able to pick it up in the 30th century. And so they head off in Beats to the Flash Museum. And as they make their arrival to the Flash Museum, you know, there's a lot of safeguards from stopping people from breaking in, especially speedsters. But Gold Beetle is gonna break in kind of the old-fashioned way, and that's driving Beats right through the roof, right through the ceiling. Bashing in, they jump out very quickly, only to be surrounded by robot guards protecting the building. Now at this point, Wally West, aka Impulse at this point, has already grabbed the time capsule, and we see Beats blast off a giant bright light, and all of these robots are blinded long enough for them to be able to make their getaway. And so now he has to get this device onto the Dementor, and it should be able to shut off the Speed Force leak, and he'll be pulled into another conduit at its weakest point, provided if there are more leaks needing plugging. And they also think right now, you know, when Wally was first swept away by the Speed Force, only his costume remained. And so right now they're thinking that he's kind of like a ghost. He's just a consciousness inside of the Speed Force. And they can't find his body. They don't know where it is. Though Mr. Terrific does recommend and suggest that he could make him a body. And Wally, of course, is like, heck no. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be an android. But this is something he can't focus on right this second, because the Dementor is right there in front of him, looking like Godzilla, looking like a kaiju just taking on the city. And they waste no time engaging. We see Gold Beetle taking Beats and ramming it right into the dude's face. And Impulse jumping out like a paratrooper, using his speed, making his way over to the Dementor's mouth and throwing the device inside. The Dementor swallowing it, and we see it immediately shrink down to regular size. And just like that, this fight is over. Now, Barry tells Gold Beetle that she's gonna have to be able to get the device from inside the Dementor and put it back, or dispose of it. Now, Wally West should be getting sucked into the Stream Force at any moment, and that's exactly what they're waiting for here. And it doesn't take much time at all before Wally West starts to feel weird. And before he's gone, before he's sucked into the time stream again, Gold Beetle rushes up and hugs him. You know, it just says goodbye. I'm really gonna miss you. I can't wait to see you again. And says, you know, when we first meet in the future, don't do that thing with the stun discs. And also lets him know, you know, if there's anything you need, just cause a temporal disturbance. And this is when Wally, he takes a second, he thinks, and then he whispers in her ear, and she just says, yeah, I got you. And like that, Wally West is sucked back into the time stream, and Barry has no idea where he landed. But we know exactly where he landed. He landed in Jay Garrick. He landed in the Golden Age. He landed right as Hitler is wielding the Spear of Destiny and the Third Reich is about to make its ultimate rise. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I absolutely love this. You know, it gave great hints that Wally West is going to be sticking around, that retirement just is not in the plans for him. Even though that may be something he wants or something that he's striving for, it doesn't look like that is what's going to be happening here now. Now, in the next issue, we definitely get to see some more fun. We're going to see some freaking Nazi punching, which is always a great and fun thing to see. But let me know what you guys think. You know, did you want Wally West to retire, or did you want him to continue on as the Flash? Do you want him to take over the mantle as Barry Allen does, you know, the Infinite Frontier landscape of things? Alright guys, so I'm super tired. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish up this video. I'm gonna get it out to you guys. Be sure to check back later this evening. I'm gonna be covering the Justice League. And let me know if you guys want me to cover Catwoman. You know, it's still technically part of the Infinite Frontier going on, but I want to know, are you guys interested in the Catwoman line? Because if you guys are, I will definitely cover that along with the Justice League. But yeah, so let me know down in the comments. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and until the next breakdown.